Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So Bitcoin on the 4 hour. So far yesterday's dump down has been the low. Basically that's what I'm trying to say. Haven't taken out of that low yet. Obviously this low is going to be an important level where we did coincidentally, not actually really coincident, but we basically had the line drawn there anyway. So if we do take out this low, expect continuation down to 16,500. If we take this low out and close on a closing basis for a 4-hour candle, maybe even like a 2-hour, but if we close below here, not if we wick below, because obviously we could get some nice liquidity hunt action where we wick below, hit all the stops, FOMO in some FOMO shorts, and then whip us straight back up again. And then if we do that, don't wick below here and then close the candle back above, that would be an indication that the likely scenario is that we're then going to come back up to here and then potentially take out that level and then get back up towards the 19,000s. So yeah, but at the moment it is a very simple case of forward check, back check, pay check at the moment. We took out this level, hit our next level, came all the way back up to back test our breakdown level, and we are currently getting rejected from our basically our breakdown level. So based on that alone, that read alone, you would expect us to come down, take out this low, and then proceed to the next level. But yeah, I mean that doesn't have to happen. In this case, we are in a obviously a macro uptrend, so there's always going to be that weighing on any potential downside. So yeah, realistically, we just got to watch these two levels. It is a pretty simple game at the moment. Well, as simple as it could be. We've got closing some 4-hour candles above these highs. I mean, we'd probably extend it to about actually above our actual level that we've had drawn on for a while, because obviously the highs of these candles is around 18,600. So yeah, closing a 4-hour candle above 18,600, I think that would pretty much trigger a move back to the mid 19,000s. Closing a 4-hour candle below 17,600, so it's just a 1k range. Then I think that will trigger moves down to around the 16.5k. But in the meantime, what I think will happen is we will just trade sideways within this range whilst we make a decision on where we are heading. As ever, I know I bang on about it a lot, but I can't emphasize the importance enough of the DXY. So the DXY so far is just, I mean, this is what we expected also. We were talking about this range when we broke down. We said, look, this is the big range, not really many levels in here, but we will probably turn around at some point, some arbitrary point, probably not make it all the way down in one go, which we have done. And then once we do that, it is a case of looking for the back test of either this trend line to get rejected or this horizontal to get rejected, and then that could signal some serious extra downside. But at the moment we have not rejected it from anywhere at the moment yet. So far as the dollar is concerned, I would expect more floating upside until obviously we run into some sort of wall of resistance and wall of selling, and yeah, potential downside. Obviously the flip side for me is not necessarily this trend line, even though it could get rejected here and come down, would be if we do take out and close above this horizontal here, then that could then indicate well, moves up to any of these high levels, potentially even the 93s. But do I think that is the most likely to happen? No. Do I think we will, if we don't get rejected here, we'll get rejected here? I think we will. And even if we are to take out this horizontal, go well, medium term bullish and continue upside, I would still expect a rejection from here, a pullback, a higher low, and then to come and take it out, because that is just how price action likes to roll. BTC dominance as well. Yeah, BTC dominance, you can see hitting this level, looking like it wants to take it out, looking very much like an ascending triangle. Yeah, ascending triangle, but obviously you could view it as a bear flag, but then you got to kind of look at the actual overall trend. Overall recent trend has been up to the upside in Bitcoin dominance. Ethereum, Bitcoin though, our biggest altcoin is holding in there against Bitcoin better than obviously the other alts. So yeah, obviously, we can basically see that picture painted in this chart here. So yeah, hanging in there in the Ethereum BTC pairing, and then obviously that means Ethereum US dollar is hanging in there also. Had a wick below our horizontal. We had a wick below, came back up, and we are looking to have another swipe at this. So I mean, this will just purely depend on the direction of Bitcoin in dollar terms. If it comes down in dollar terms, we'll come down from here. If it goes up in dollar terms, we'll go up from here. But yeah, so that's all I mean, for this immediate price action and range, that's all we can really read into this, is it is going to follow Bitcoin. That's why the Satoshi pairing is a lot more important one to cover. Stock markets had a bit of a whack yesterday. So people involved in stock markets might have been panicking if they were micromanaging their positions and looking at, like, say 15-minute, 1-hour charts. But let's look at it in the context of what it is. Nothing really major here. Basically, at the moment, all it looks like is a liquidity hunt underneath our horizontal, and we are looking to try and push back above. Obviously, we can reject this. And then come back down, but I still would have an upward bias. I mean, there's a clear trend line here. Here we go. Oh, we're going to have a big arrow here. There's a clear trend line here as well, where we've been supported from, and there's no reason to expect this trend line to break at this pass. Obviously, if it does, it does. That is just trading statistics and probabilities. But I still would expect this just to be a pullback, obviously from breaking out to these highs, hit a trend line, liquidity hunt underneath the horizontal, and then continuing upside. Obviously, invalidating that will be 4-hour candles closing like below the trend line, and then all that happens is we just trade sideways in this range. I would guess. So yeah. That is what we're looking at there in stocks. We'll just have a quick look at Tesla. I mean, Tesla just mirroring the same pullback in stocks. I mean, you can see it's had this level here, broke this level here, broke above it. Continuation to the upside, hit the 4-hour 9, which we know that the 4-hour 9s are good in Tesla. Hit the 4-hour 9, pulled back off a 4-hour 9. And then we're currently back testing this breakout point. So you would guess Tesla gets supported here and push on upwards, but obviously if it doesn't, then well, the next level is probably down here, and then the more major level down here around 500. So yeah, no real reason for us to have looked at Tesla, hey, in that much detail, but we've done it now for all of you Elon Musk fanboys out there. So. Right, let's have a look at the stochastics. Most importantly, those that 10-hour and 12-hour and potentially daily. See what they are telling us. So yeah, 4-hour. 4-hour basically did start to move upwards, but as you can see, starting to curl back down again. The 10-hour, I say here, this is what we kind of need. We need this 10-hour to turn back and start to driving upwards, and then we need it to feed through to the 12-hour, which it hasn't quite done as of yet. But obviously, if we kind of hold price action where we are and start to move upwards towards back towards this trend line, you would expect this 10-hour to start to accelerate to the upside and the 12-hour to turn over as well, and that could very may well give us the momentum we need to break through this level, and then get back into this high range and get back into the mid 19Ks. Break through this important level basically of around 18,600 is obviously the wick high basis. Daily stochastics as well, if they want to come up. Yeah, daily stochastics though, they are moving down, and obviously everything higher than here is moving down, because we clearly are moving down from around that 20k level. So daily moving down, 2-day moving down, 3-day moving down, 5-day looking to move down, but obviously it's held up there. But I mean, these aren't really too much useful for us to look at. So yeah, that is the stochastic read. So I mean, it is a simple game for me. we trade below here, close candles below here, we're going to see downside, close candles above here, we're going to see upside, but we can easily trade sideways here, give those stochastics time to reset, cool off, and then turn back up and take us out to the upside. The DXY is clearly of importance, having a bit of a retrace like we expected, so it is a case of do we back test one of these levels, get rejected and come back down? Do we take out one of these levels and go bullish? Obviously that is something we've got to watch out for as well. And yeah, that is it, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.